the recording to show Jerry or Rachel, whoever
Yeah.
you need to show to. Okay. Yeah, 1225 South Van Ness Avenue, Los Angeles, California, performing a video sewer inspection from the new mainline cleanout right outside the kitchen window area. We could see numerous breaks in the line, and right now we're out into the 6-inch pipe in the street. You can see there's heavy root intrusion, and it is partially stopped up at this point. We're going to pull back at this point. We can't get all the way into the city sewer to see the condition, but we are going to pull back. We're going to pull back and show the condition of what we can see. We're in heavy water right now. That joint has some heavy root intrusion in the bottom and won't let us get past it. John, can you pull that from me? That's okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, just, I don't know if we can keep that string, John, behind us so we don't see the string as much. Beautiful. As we're pulling back, there's a separation right here where you see the face of the pipe on the bottom. When you see a good joint, you'll see that it's nice and connected, nice and round. When it starts to offset like this, which this is, then we start having an issue, or it starts to separate away from each other like this.
Okay.
This would be an offset like that is. This is a separation that way. This one's offset, not terrible, but it's got a good offset. This one right here, we got some root intrusion in it a little bit. We're upside down, it's kind of hard to see. That one's not too bad. Just a little bit. Now that's a good joint. See how it's nice and tight? And you don't see the face of the pipe anywhere? Okay. That joint as well is not bad. That joint looks pretty good. We might get lucky and a lot of them may be pretty decent. We may just have a couple areas in the 6-inch that we have problems. We're back in the 4-inch now on the property. We're coming back up on the lawn. That's the root. I'm not even going to be able to push back up. I have to have a lot of water running to try and push it out of there. That's not bad. That's decent. You know, this is coming back, it's restricting. That's where the 6-inch starts, right there.
Okay.
Or 4-inch starts. That's where the 6-inch is going out into the street. Now we're coming back into the 4-inch. Now we got an offset here and some roots in the 4-inch.
Okay.
Back on the property, on the lawn. That one's still not that bad. This one you have a little bit of roots.
Okay.
Not terrible. The next one you have a little bit heavier root intrusion. You see at the top. Still not terrible.
But does it need to be...
Well, that can still be maintained at this point right here. I can't get all the way out into the street because I'll show you why we can't get the big camera to go. I can only get the little one to get in here. So I can't see everything in the street. Plus we can't get past that one joint. Has to be dug up out here somewhere, dug up where it's broken. Once we fix where it's broken, then we can re-inspect it all the way out there. But I'll show you. You'll see it. You'll definitely know exactly what I'm talking about when I come back. Now this one, see how much root intrusion is in that one. That one's out on the lawn. Next joint looks pretty good. Next joint has a little bit of root intrusion. Next joint looks pretty decent. That joint has just a little bit of root intrusion as well. Same thing with the next one. That one, a little bit of root intrusion. That one as well. All of them probably have a little tiny bit.
And what do you mean by maintained?
You can run a snake. You could run a jetter periodically. So there's more root intrusion in there. You'll have to maintain it by running a snake. Have somebody run a snake or a high-pressure water jetter. That one's got more.
Okay.
Now we're getting a little bit heavier back here with the roots. You have to maintain it. You have to run a snake periodically, or you're going to have stoppages. If you don't want to have stoppages, you have to replace the line.
You have to replace it.
That's the best thing to do.
And how much
Or
is...
run a snake often.
The what?
And so how often would you have to run a snake?
Probably twice a year, the way this looks.
Okay, that's a lot.
And then how much would it be to replace?
probably about 6,000 to replace the 4-inch line.
And the 6 is more expensive.
The 6 is more expensive. We don't know what
No
shape it's
idea.
in. It may not be bad. I don't know. I can't get to it. I can't get this big camera in because of this one joint, and I'll show you. This is where we had the problem. We tried to run the large camera, then you have more joints. That has more root intrusion now. Yeah, we're still a ways out, too. There's roots in that joint, and it's holding water. See where it's got water sitting at the bottom? It's not graded. It's not graded probably. It should be drained out. If you put plastic in, it's no big deal, and in clay you're going to have more problems like this. I mean, you could maintain this and get by for a while if you wanted to, rather than replace it. It's not terrible, but the one area that is really messed up, and the reason we can't get the big camera, that has to be fixed. That thing's really separated.
Okay.
And you'll see
That
it.
has to for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's some root intrusion in that one joint a little bit. Then we're coming back. Should be coming up to it pretty soon. That joint's not terrible. A little bit of root intrusion in that joint. It's not uncommon to have a little bit of root intrusion in old clay pipe. It's not great, not good to have it, but it's common. Again, we have a little bit of root intrusion in that joint. I gotta mark this area out that's broken.
So what's the water coming from? Because nothing's on.
Well, it's just sitting there.
It's sitting.
It didn't drain out.
Okay.
You turned on.
Right, I turned the tub on, we had it running to try and push this out there. But it should, you have a 1/4 inch per foot of downhill slope, and it doesn't have enough. That's why it's not draining out, it's holding the water back.
Right.
So I'm pulling back and you see the water sitting there.
Yeah.
Now we have more, there's a big belly and a dip. I think this might be the broken area. Let's see. Maybe not. Let me see. Not holding tight, Chuck, right? Get past that. You know what I want to do? Hold on, John. I'm going to run the big camera real quick. Go back in a little bit, John. See the face of that? That's where we're at.
That's the break. Oh.
Yeah. So you actually see the face of the pipe is, this is where our water is running. We're kind of upside down. That thing's all separated. That's the shifted spot right
And
there.
where's that?
That we're going to locate right now.
Oh.
Let's mark this. Can you turn that on, Chris, please? Find out where we're at. I think we're right out here. We're probably pretty close, right in this planter.
I know.
It's right underneath this thing. hit the locator one more time. Shut it off, turn it back on for me. Right in here, hard to get a great reading, do all this stuff. Right here. Is that crayon in there? No real crayon? No. Yeah, there's some in the back of the truck. You know, if that, just put a little mark right on the curb. A little tiny mark right here. That's where my glue is. That's good. That's it. About 6 foot, 6'9". So we'd have to take out some of these bushes and fix that. Once we fix this, then we can.
They can see it better now.
Oh, now you can see it, huh? Now the water stops. See? Yeah, this thing's all broken.
Boy.
See it? It's just, that's why we couldn't get over it with the big camera. What I did is I tied the string onto it so that I could pull the string and bow the small camera to get around this break.
Okay.
As you can see, there's just pieces and chunks of clay that are just broken, really separated. See, I couldn't even get through it this way. I'd have to bow the camera to get around it.
Okay.
So what we could do is dig this thing up, fix this, and then go ahead and re-inspect the rest of it and try and get out to the street to see what's going on so we know what the line looks like in the street. But you can't, yeah.
How much is that?
Probably about $1,000 to dig this out. Probably have to replace about 6 feet of it. Probably you have to replace, you got to turn there, huh? A little bit. So I have to replace probably about 3 to 4 feet on each side of the turn and then cut that out.
And then you can see what.
That's 7 feet deep. It's saying 7 feet deep. Doesn't make sense, huh? Let's pull it back. I want to pull back a little bit and just check it one other spot back behind here too. Okay, we got that marked. Yeah, 7 feet deep is just like taking a heck of a dive. It does take a dive, John. It takes 2 dives right there.
Maybe it goes back.
That's weird.
What about the basement?
Can't get in there. It won't do you any good to get into the basement. What is that? That broken too?
Like it.
See it? Doesn't it look like it's completely separated? What does that mean? Let me see. You know what, let's run some water in that laundry tub. I want to see what the water's doing. See, it looks like that joint's just completely broken.
Or it's a shadow.
I can't tell. Let's run water. See if I can see anything. Yeah, it's hard to tell. That's really weird. Let's see what the water does. We got water getting through though, but even maybe that's why we're getting so much debris.
Oh, no, you got a hump before it comes out of the wall,
Yeah.
where you can't stick that little pin through.
You got.
Yeah. But that area just doesn't look right. You see it?
Yeah, on the bottom. In that corner.
This chair's not just sludge.
Huh?
Black sludge.
I don't know. Oops.
Oh, did I miss?
No. Just Sometimes this thing wants to pop out of there. Chris, grab that jump for me. And push us back in. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
Well, you're
there.
saying-
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what this is. That's
Right.
broken.
You think, it
See
looks
it?
like it.
Yeah,
Looks like it shifted.
it is. It is. That's a break. That pipe is completely separated. Put the locator on again, Chris. Let's try and see if we can find where this is.
You want me to turn the water off?
I know we'll let it run for a second.
Okay.
Let that run for a second. I'm gonna see where it comes in. Let's see how deep this is. Here's where it's going back into the house. I think it turns in here. That's right at the foundation. It's right here, John. It turns and goes into the house.
Yeah.
What's the depth?
It's only 1'3", and then it takes 2 turns.
Right at the corner?
Yeah, right inside there. Yeah, and it takes 2 drops. I want to get it back in here again. Let me see if I can. That laundry, it doesn't look like the laundry's really coming in that strong, huh? Let me check this thing. Hold on.
That's really restricted over so it gets there. Yeah, there's other bad
This is a bad part. This is a bad. There's more.
Well,
There's other bad
there's more to
parts
this
coming
movie.
out.
Let me see where this goes.
Something's coming out.
See it a little more clearly. Where am I at? 24? That's where that break is, huh?
Yeah, there's your
That
break.
real bad break.
Further out?
That's that one that I marked.
Oh, the.
Over there.
Deep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it there. You can see the whole top of it. We're just shut. That's the bottom of it. We're upside down. See where it's all broken right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now what I want to do is pull back a little bit. Now let's get a location on that. See how deep we are. Should be back about 2 feet.
Can I steal one of their waters? Yeah.
It's showing 3'1" right here. Showing 5'1".
5'1"?
Yeah. We don't even need a flag.
Watching my,
It's turning here and makes 2
bathroom
drops.
fade by.
It's 7 feet right here. Huh? Doesn't make sense. But that's 4'1" before the drops. Back to that one area. Okay, now that's our water coming in from our laundry, or no? Where's the water from our laundry? Behind us. Behind us! Okay. Yeah, that's...
Kind of do it on.
Oh, okay.
Don't pull too tight, John. Yeah, a lot of the water right there is going into the ground. It's just not even going into the pipe hardly. Huh?
The first broken pipe?
Yeah.
The water's going in the ground.
Why was there so much water at the beginning?
It's coming in at another spot too. Let's see. I'm not done trying to see where it's coming in. It's coming in further back. Where it's coming in at? That doesn't make sense. You got water coming in there. Okay, pull that string for me just a little. Pull it tighter. Oh. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's loose. Okay, there we go. That. Okay. I can't see what it is.
You wanna go with the
That
big
drop
camera
has to be right there. You know what I mean? It's coming in right there. That's where it's coming in. You know what we need to do? I wonder, can we get in the back house? If we can and run some water, but see the water's running? And it doesn't look like it's going through the pipe. I can't tell.
He said you want to put the
I
big
can't
camera
tell.
there?
Yeah, we try.
Isn't that be easier?
If I can, yeah, try it. I can't tell what it is.
Like where the water's going?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's run the camera for a second. See if we can see it. Back and forth and really see good. Then you can see exactly what has to be done and what condition it's in. The small one's very difficult. The other one's self-leveling, you can see everything real clear.
So we'll be
This
able to
one's
see
tough.
this thing
Yeah.
all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We should. Just spit it. Okay, let it go. Let it go. This thing's got to get rewound. This is not wound in there good. Okay. Yeah, it's just,
What do you...
I wouldn't be, you can, I wouldn't be so concerned with the 6-inch if we didn't have that one spot that we're having a hard time getting through and that this is so bad. With this being so bad, I want to make sure because that lateral, this is pretty deep, so if that's deep in the street, you can get up to $12,000, $14,000. Because the deeper you go, the harder it is, the more shoring you have to use. Then you have to take all the dirt out and you have to haul the dirt out of here. You got to get rid of it. You get the concrete in this place. You can't put dirt in. So now you're putting all these yards of concrete, which gets expensive. So that's why I want to just make sure. Okay,
Push all the way out to the, to that break?
Yeah.
Push all.
Go back. Go easy.
Oh, then you wanna make
Where
a
were you
lot
at?
and come back.
You were back at like 22, weren't you?
Yeah.
For that one section. Yeah, this is the bigger camera. Come on back. Yeah, it's right there. That. It's snapped, huh?
Coupling?
What's the coupling?
It's a rubber joint, probably. You think so?
But is the water going through? To go further?
Can't see.
Uh,
You know, if we can run the water there, we can see it. Let's run the water back here. Yeah, it does look like maybe a hub or something, huh? It's hard to tell. If we can run the water,
Anything in particular
just
you want?
cold water.
why does back there make a difference?
Let me go with you? Huh? You got it? Okay.
What is back there? What's the difference?
What? The water, like when we're running the laundry, we don't have water running through here. A whole lot of water.
So where
So
is it
this
going?
part of the line, it's coming in front of us. That line's coming across and tying in front of where we're at right now.
I
It's
see.
tying in front of this. That's why we
That's
were
why
seeing
there
so
was
much
so much.
water at the
Okay.
break. That's
Got it.
why I want to run water here and see where the water's going.
Got it.
I want to see if it goes, you know, into the joint. The only thing, Then I don't like push in just or pull back just a tiny bit. See the top of it, John? No, just a tiny bit. Chris, to where you can see the top of that joint. See how shiny it is at the top and everything?
It could be a metal can that they get a hole.
Huh?
You know those rotor cuts back in the day?
Yeah, maybe, huh? Where they might have just broken it open, you think, and covered it
And
with
this looks like it's where the big drop is, right? Or no? Is it going like
it's
this?
starting to, yes. Isn't that where we marked right there, in that corner? I bet they did. They busted it up and maybe they put a tin can around it. Sometimes what they do, to clear it, if they have an issue and they don't have a clean out, they'll dig it up if it's shallow right there and they'll bust a hole in the pipe, and then they just put a piece of tin over the hole, and that may be what it is. If that's what it is, that ought to be fixed at the same time. You just fix it from there to there. We'll just replace this whole section, which is not a big deal.
That's not a big deal.
Replace it from the cast iron from there to here. The only big deal about it is it's a lot of digging.
It's a lot of digging. But we're more worried about out there.
That's the major part of the job. Because I mean, this, like I said, this,
Right.
in here, 5, 6 grand.
Yeah.
Down there, and we work with 12, 14, but then we get them sometimes with us. We had one recently with 22 feet.
22
In Santa Monica, yeah, 22 feet, and we had to hand dig it, because there was too many utilities in the way, so we had to hand dig it, get buckets and haul buckets out.
Oh my
And that
God.
was ridiculous. He might have left.
Yeah, it was the fire radiators.
That's okay, that's okay. This gotta get dug up anyways to get fixed.
What about if there's like a hose?
Okay, that's just so hard to tell. And that concludes our sewer video inspection for this time.